Imagine a place deep in the woods, far from any city lights, where the trees whisper secrets and the air hangs heavy with stories untold. This is the story of Black Pine Lodge, a place that vanished from the map, taking with it a group of hikers and leaving behind a mystery that chills to the bone. Are you ready to venture into the heart of one of the most baffling unsolved cases of our time? In the fall of 1993, 5 experienced hikers set out for a week-long trek through the sprawling Blackwood National Forest. Their destination was the legendary Black Pine Lodge, a secluded, rustic retreat known only to seasoned adventurers. It wasn't on any official map. Its location passed down through word of mouth, a hidden gem for those seeking true wilderness. The group was led by an expert guide named Arthur Vance, a man who knew these woods like the back of his hand. Very well equipped, high-spirited, and had no reason to expect anything but a challenging, rewarding journey. They checked in at the ranger station on October 12th, left their itinerary, and promised to be back in 7 days. They were never seen again. When the group failed to return on their scheduled date, October 19th, park rangers weren't immediately alarmed. Delays in the backcountry are common. A twisted ankle, a sudden change in weather. It happens. But after 2 more days passed, with no word, a search party was organized. Rangers, volunteers, and canine units fanned out across the designated route. They followed the trail meticulously, expecting to find the group camped out, perhaps nursing a minor injury, but they found nothing. No footprints, no campfire remnants, no discarded gear. It was as if the 5 hikers had simply vanished into thin air. The search intensified. Helicopters combed the vast forest from above, their rotors echoing through the silent valleys. But the dense canopy of the Blackwood National Forest is unforgiving, a green sea that swallows everything. After a week of relentless searching, the operation was scaled back. The official explanation pointed to the unforgiving nature of the wilderness. The group likely got lost, succumbed to the elements, and the forest had simply claimed them. It was a tragic, but not entirely uncommon, story. But for those who knew the hikers, especially their guide Arthur Vance, this explanation never sat right. He wasn't the type to get lost. The case went cold for years, a sad footnote in the park's history. Then, in the summer of 1998, nearly 5 years after the disappearance, a young couple, amateur photographers exploring off-trail, stumbled upon something that would reignite the mystery. Tucked away in a thicket of overgrown brush, they found a weathered leather backpack. Inside, they discovered a water bottle, a compass, and a disposable camera. The authorities quickly identified the backpack as belonging to one of the missing hikers, a young woman named Clara J. The discovery was miles away from the group's planned route, in a section of the forest known for its treacherous terrain and disorienting landscape. Why would they have gone there? The real shock came when the film from the disposable camera was developed. Most of the photos were what you'd expect: smiling faces, breathtaking vistas, and shots of the trail. They were a cheerful chronicle of the first few days of their trip, but the last few images were different. They were dark, blurry, and seemed to be taken in a hurry. One photo showed the interior of a dimly lit cabin, with rough-hewn wooden walls. Another was a frantic out-of-focus shot of what looked like a person's back as they ran through the trees. But it was the final photograph that was truly disturbing. It was a close-up of a strange, symbol-like carving on a tree trunk, a circle with a jagged line running through it. The photo was underexposed, taken in what seemed to be near total darkness, as if the flash was a desperate, last-ditch effort to capture something. This discovery changed everything. The hikers hadn't just gotten lost. They had found something, or something had found them. The search for the hikers became a search for the mysterious cabin from the photographed Black Pine Lodge. But here's the problem. According to all official records, no such lodge had ever existed in that area of the park. Old maps, land surveys, ranger logs, none of them mentioned a structure of any kind. It was a ghost, a phantom building that existed only in rumor and now, in a single, grainy photograph. Investigators and amateur sleuths became obsessed with the symbol from the last photo. Was it a trail marker? A warning? Something more sinister? They cross-referenced it with historical symbols, local folklore, and even cult markings, but found no match. It was unique. Some locals, old-timers who had lived near the forest for generations, whispered stories of the Whispering Pines, a forgotten sect that lived deep in the woods decades ago, shunning the outside world. They supposedly had their own signs and rituals, but the stories were vague, dismissed as a local legend. Could there be a connection? Did the hikers stumble upon a remnant of this forgotten group, a community that didn't want to be found? The mystery of Black Pine Lodge became a modern campfire tale, a story that grew with each telling. Online forums buzzed with theories. Some believed the hikers fell prey to a reclusive individual or a hidden community living off the grid. Others proposed more outlandish ideas, that the lodge was a gateway to another dimension, or that the hikers encountered something not of this world. The strange symbol became an icon of the unexplained, a shorthand for the case. The lack of any physical evidence, aside from that one backpack and the chilling photos, only fueled the speculation. No bodies were ever recovered. No further gear was ever found. Think about it from the hiker's perspective. You're deep in the wilderness, following a guide you trust implicitly. You find this lodge, this place that feels like a secret haven, but something is wrong. The atmosphere is off. The silence is too loud. The final photos suggest a turn from excitement to fear. What did they see in that cabin? Why did they run? The blurry image of someone fleeing through the woods is haunting. Who was it? One of the hikers? Or something else entirely? And that final, desperate snapshot of the symbol, what did it mean? Was it a clue they were trying to leave behind? A final message to the world? Over the years, many have tried to find Black Pine Lodge. Brave, or perhaps foolish, adventurers have ventured into the Blackwood National Forest, armed with the photos and a desire to solve the puzzle. A few have claimed to find strange carvings or unsettling clearings, but no one has ever found the lodge itself. The forest guards its secrets well. The area where the backpack was found is now unofficially known as the vanishing point by those who follow the case. Rangers actively discourage anyone from searching, citing the very real dangers of the terrain. So, what are we left with? A 25-year-old mystery with more questions than answers. Were the hikers simply victims of the brutal, indifferent wilderness? Or did they stumble upon a dark secret hidden deep within the trees? A secret that cost them their lives? Was Black Pine Lodge a real place? A shelter that became a trap? Or is it a symbol of something else? A red herring in a story with no clear ending? The case remains open. A chilling reminder that there are still places on the map where you can get lost. Not just in the woods, but in a mystery with no way out. The trees of Pinewood Forest stand silent, and Black Pine Lodge, if it ever existed at all, keeps its secrets. What do you think happened to the hikers? Was it a human element? A reclusive group protecting their territory? Or something we can't explain? Let me know your theories in the comments below. The story of Black Pine Lodge is a puzzle, and maybe, just maybe, one of you holds the missing piece. Thanks for watching, and if you found yourself captivated by this mystery, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next dive into the unknown. Stay curious and stay safe.